Hey guys, it's Yooka, and this is just a short video I felt like doing just because I've never done this kind of thing before. So basically, I was a backer for Yooka-Laylee, and I backed the 64-bit edition, which was basically you get a 64-bit cartridge. And that arrived about half an hour ago, give or take. And I just wanted to basically give my thoughts on it. So I've got 3 bits here. Don't have the shirt yet because apparently there's been delays in there, but apparently I should be getting that later on down the line, which will be kind of cool. But I'm not really much of a shirt. I don't really care about shirts. For me, it's just a case of, you know, if it's comfy, I'll wear it. Go with that. But anyway, so we'll start with the box, the normal box. It's I've never owned a Nintendo 64. So I never had a box before. I'll just put it up closer to the camera so that you can see it. Yeah, it has things like so barcode and such. And then let's just read the back of it. Buddy up for an epic adventure. Explore huge worlds and solve incredible puzzles as dynamic duo Yooka-Laylee and take on the evil Capital B. Explore epic platforming playgrounds. Meet and beat an unforgettable cast of characters. Learn an art of unique moves and powers. And obviously on the left side, the left bar thing, it's more or less just talking about, you know, stuff involved the Kickstarters and such. So yeah, that's pretty cool. As I said, I've never owned a Nintendo 64, and the only Nintendo 64 stuff I've seen really outside of videos is cartridges, so it's kind of cool to, I mean, it's not a real one, you know, the real Nintendo 64 things is just, you know, an aesthetic because, hey, we're Playtonic, we made Banjo-Kazooie and that was on Nintendo 64, so hey. So that's pretty cool. I'll just place it back here. I've also got the art book. And it's kind of interesting. I thought the art book would be a lot bigger because, no, give me a second. So, when they said, you know, like a big old art book, I was expecting something along the lines of this, like the Valkyria Chronicles of the Nine Archives. Probably not as big as this because this is literally all the art and the backstory and stuff on this, but I was expecting something along the lines of this. But what we got in comparison is someone compared to the Junior one. And the thing is, this came pre-packaged with my copy of the original Hyperdimension Neptunia. So it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit less. And also, you know, this art book isn't very big. Let's see, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pages, and then it switches off basically to the manual. You can see it there, it's on the front. I don't know, this seems like something that would be just in the normal game if there was a physical copy. It's not exactly terrible. I mean, obviously, it's absolutely great that these, you know, that it's been signed and such. That's really cool. I've never actually done a signed piece of work from anything. You know, so this is the first time. I'm wondering if Grant, I think there's Grant's name. I think that's Grant's name right there. I think. But yeah, it's. I was expecting to be a bit more, but I'm not complaining that much. Would have probably. I don't know. I think maybe having a few of the design, like again going back to the. Actually, even this one has it. I think if I just quickly, like I've got side bits like that in the Neptunia one, so I don't know. I was expecting it to be a little bit more, but not so much. And then finally, we've got this, the cartridge, which this is really, really freaking cool because oh wait, no, that's the NES. But this actually has a USB inside it. Like I could stick this into a computer right now, and I'd have 64 gigs to work with. You know, haha, 64. But that's cool. That's cool. I could do with another, because I mean, that's my biggest hard drive. Yeah, my biggest external hard drive's like 500 gigs, and my biggest USB is 16 gigs. So it's nice to have something else, and also, I just think it's hilarious, just the idea of going up with to a computer and just plugging in a Nintendo 64 cartridge. One big complaint I will say is it was a pain in the ass to get this wire out. I spent a good 10 minutes. I even had to use like a pen and a fork to kind of just fish it out. It was really annoying getting the cable out. That's why I'm not gonna stick it back in, because I mean I think I can without it getting jammed. Okay, so now it's in, and okay, good. All right. I get the feeling that it was meant to be like just that far in, but I guess during transit it got stuck, so it went deeper in. So overall, obviously the Nintendo 64 pack was pretty hefty. So do I think... Well, I mean, I can't really say if it was worth my money yet because I haven't played the game yet. But in terms of, like, the stuff it gives, I mean... I think... This is a nice touch. This is a really nice touch. I really do like this. I think it would have been cooler if it had the game on here, but I know that could probably run into several problems. But if it actually had the game like on this in the USB drive, I think that would have been really cool. But it's just a small minor nitpick. The idea that they're making an homage to, you know, the Nintendo 64 games that they made, and apparently this is basically meant to be a love story for the Nintendo 64, which is why it's getting mixed reviews. You know, some people are saying like, oh, it shouldn't be like shouldn't be like that. Oh, it is like that. That makes it amazing. It's getting very mixed reviews because of it. I'm keeping an open mind. I enjoyed playing the toy box and such. I think really, I mean, I'm not feeling cheated out, basically. At the most, I'm just a little bit disappointed about the art book. I wish that they had more than 10 pages of stuff. You know, it's a bunch of sketches, a little description and such. Like, I would have loved to see, like, you know, documentary, you know, stuff involving, like, the hub areas, or, you know, more details of stuff, or maybe even, like, examples of the animation, because what they've got is really just sketches, a small paragraph, and the 3D model of it, and then some nice little illustrations that they've shown. I don't know. I think out of all the things I've gone, I'm somewhat disappointed in this, but not like massively. I'm not like saying like, oh, I got chipped, I got ripped off. I don't know, just I think the weakest part of this you know, pledge goal is the art book. As I said, I was expecting more along the lines of this, and I keep showing this book every single time because I love it so much. You know, so it's got like, yeah, I think it just gets it's just like that stuff. Like, it shows early concepts and everything, and very in detail descriptions and such. I was expecting stuff like that for the Yooka-Laylee art book, but instead I got something akin to the Happy Dimension F Jr. art book, which, as I said, I'm not so much peeved, it's just I was expecting a bit more from it. Anyway, that's basically that. I'll obviously do a playthrough of this once it becomes available, or when the embargo lifts and everything. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this very on a whim video, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye!